there is one of the Ten Commandments that speaks directly to the heart. And I'm not going to tell you which one it is. You're going to either have to figure that out on your own, or you're going to have to listen to our live stream this coming Sunday at 10:45, and then you'll find the answer out. Uh, but it's so important that we think about the condition of our own heart. And I think of James, the book of James, and it talks about how ill-conceived desire gives birth to sin, and then sin gives birth to death. And we don't want to go down that destructive path. We want to avoid it at all costs. And the way to avoid it is to consider our hearts and where we are at in relation to God. One of my favorite theologians and pastors is Jonathan Edwards. And he lived in the first half of the 18th century. And he was very much a pastor and a teacher of the heart. And he had this theme verse, or this life verse. It was Proverbs chapter 4, verse 23. And that verse says, "Keep your heart with all vigilance, for from it flow the streams of life." And we're to watch over our hearts vigilantly, that those life streams might continue to flow and that we might enjoy life in His name. I think if there's a story in the Bible that speaks about the importance of the heart, it's really in 1 Samuel chapter 16. And we see there that Samuel the prophet was commissioned to go to the household of Jesse in order to anoint Israel's next king. And so Samuel goes to Jesse's household, which is in Bethlehem. And Jesse has all his sons, all his older sons, pass before Samuel. And Samuel sees the first son. His name is Eliab. He sees how handsome he is and how tall he is. And he says in his heart, "Surely this is the Lord's anointed. Surely this is the next king of Israel." And then God speaks to Samuel. And he says to Samuel, "Do not look on his appearance or the height of his stature, because I have rejected him. For the Lord sees not as man sees. Man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." And the heart needs to be important to us, because the heart is important to God. And so may God speak to our hearts that we might be a people after God's own heart. I hope you'll join us this Sunday for our live stream, again at 10:45, and may God bless you the remainder of this week.